Hi, welcome back to the Florida Keys History and Discovery Center for our Thursday morning exhibit exploration. My name is Brad Bertelli. I'm the curator here at the facility, and today we're going to talk about some of our artifacts that aren't on everyday exhibit. These are in our research library, the Jerry Wilkinson Research Library. These are things that we have on exhibit in there that most people don't get to see. And we have some really cool things to show. These things are all have been donated or collected by our executive director, Jill Miranda Baker. It's a special shout out for this one I'll talk about in a second. But this is a railroad spike from Henry Flagler's Oversea Railroad. And what's cool about this particular piece is it was, you can see how it's bent. This was bent during the 1935 Labor Day hurricane. So you can see the force of the storm that came through and this would have been the tracks to bend this piece of iron or steel. I'm not sure what it's made of actually. Speaking of hurricanes, after hurricanes, sometimes fresh water is difficult to find, difficult to come by, and the beer companies will start bottling water instead of beer. So this was donated to us by the Butters family.
Gail's watching.
Thank you, Gail. You're out there watching. And this was done after Hurricane Donna in 1960. This was the Regal Beer Company, and they began doing quart bottles of water to help the community rehydrate. And then in 2017 with Hurricane Irma, Anheuser-Busch started doing the same kind of thing with this. This is a 6-pack of water that Jill Miranda Baker collected for us, which is pretty cool. And these were all handed out, I believe, up at Pearl Shores High School. They were handing out food and water. The oldest thing we have in the facility was donated to us by Bill Losner, the good friend of the museum, and whenever he calls, I've talked about him before, he always has something really cool to give us. These are manatee bones. And this one is a modern manatee bone. It's a rib from the rib cage. But the oldest thing we had in the museum is this petrified manatee rib bone that is 6 or 7 million years old, which is really cool. And this was found during dredge work off of the coast of Southwest Florida, Fort Myers area, I believe. And it was given to him, and he has donated those to us, which is pretty cool. Another thing that was donated to us from Jerry Wilkinson, who has a really cool collection. And these are railroad passes, original railroad passes for the Florida East Coast Railway. And William Crome was the lead engineer for the project. He was the last of the lead head engineers. And these are railroad passes for his wife and for his son, which this one's from 1921 for Mrs. William J. Crome. And then we have his son from 1931. Those are really cool. And this is a neat piece. This is from Cornell University from 1896, 1897, where William Crome went to school. And that's another with an original signature, and he had meticulous handwriting, which is kind of cool. Now I'm going to talk about these pieces over here for a few minutes. These were done by another local historian named Jim Klepper, who's a good friend, and he loved Indians, he loved woodworking, and he loved to make tools that were representative of the tools that were used by the Aboriginal people of the Florida Keys, who only had the natural resources to work with, which included woods and teeth and bone, conch shell and twine, or rope that was manufactured, or animal sinew at the time. But this is kind of a cool. I think this is a barracuda job, but it was a nice. It was kind of a really cool cutting implement. And these are 2 knives that were made with shark's teeth, which are pretty cool. Everything they are apparently pretty cool. What? Louder? Okay. And this is a neat tool. This is called an adze, an A-D-Z-E. And the adze is the shell part. It's the part of a conch shell. And this was used as and this is kind of cool because we have an adze on exhibit downstairs, but it's just the shell portion. And this is the handle that kind of shows you how it could be used. And one of the ways that an adze was used was when carving. For instance, a canoe. I talked about how one would make a dugout canoe from a log using just shell several weeks ago. And this is kind of a representation of that process, where you would light it on fire, you would tamp out the fire, and then where the charcoal, you would take this tool like the adze and you could scrape out the char marks, and then relight it on fire and tamp it out, and then take this tool and scrape, which is kind of neat. But that's a great visual way of showing that. Now the last thing I want to talk about, we were donated this from the Islamorada Chamber of Commerce, and this was an old license plate back when the Chamber of Commerce was still calling these the Purple Isles, which is still kind of some people do call the Islamorada the Purple Isles, which is a misnomer. Actually, William Crome was the one who named Islamorada. In 1906, he purchased 15 acres of property on Upper Manatee Key from the Russell family. I believe he paid $649 for the 15 acres, but he platted 22 lots from that 15 acres and deemed it the town site of Isla Morada. Now, Isla was Spanish for island, and Morada is Spanish for home. So the actual translation of Isla Morada is island home and not the Purple Isles. There is some slight confusion there because the Spanish word for purple is morado, but this is not called Isla Morado, it's called Isla Morada. Now there are some Purple Isles that actually exist, but they're in South America, and they are called the Purple Isles because one of the resources from that island is dyed indigo, which is a purple, so that's a much more reasonable explanation for Purple Isles. But these are some of the artifacts that we have here at the museum that are not on permanent exhibits at this time. We do have some others. Our collection continues to grow, and one day these will all get out on exhibits as we continue to grow and create our wonderful facility here on the resort, on the property of the Islander Resort. And these are also things that can be seen if you come to visit and ask for a personal tour from the curator. He'd be happy. We'll be happy to show you, give you some background stories on the exhibits, and also show you some of these really cool artifacts, things that aren't on exhibit for every day. So I think that's going to wrap us up for this Thursday. We had some rain last night, so the plants are all happy locally, which we like. And tomorrow we're doing a new feature tomorrow called Field Trip Fridays. The same format here on the Facebook Live, but we're going to go out of the museum and to some of the local historic sites around the Upper Keys, Tavernier and Key Largo, and Isla Morada. Tomorrow, for our inaugural field trip, we're going to go to the Florida Keys Memorial, also known as the Hurricane Monument. We'll get a close-up, first-hand look at the monument, and I'll talk a little bit of history and a little bit of background on that. So until tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, where we'll be doing this again out in the sunshine, we'll see you tomorrow morning, and thank you very much for joining us today.